He was just a teenager, a high school student from Montreal, Canada. But behind the computer screen, Michael Calci was known as Mafiaboy. This alias would soon be etched in the annals of cybercrime history. Calci possessed a gift for technology, but it was a gift that took a dark turn. Driven by a thirst for recognition, he embarked on a path with global repercussions. What started as harmless pranks quickly escalated into something far more sinister, and he would soon get his wish, albeit with consequences he could never have imagined. February 2000. The internet was rapidly becoming an integral part of daily life. It was against this backdrop that Mafiaboy chose to launch his attack. He exploited vulnerabilities, gaining access to vast computing power. His weapon of choice? A distributed denial of service attack. The servers crashed, disrupting services for millions. Over a week, Mafiaboy targeted the biggest names on the internet. The beauty of a DDoS attack, at least from the attacker's perspective, lies in its simplicity. Imagine a busy shop with a single door. Now imagine 1,000 people trying to cram through that door simultaneously. The shop becomes overwhelmed, unable to function, effectively shut down. That, in essence, is a DDoS attack. Calci, operating under his Mafiaboy moniker, exploited this very principle. He didn't need to break into these companies' servers, didn't need to steal data or plant viruses. He simply overwhelmed their systems with more traffic than they could handle. He achieved this by leveraging the power of botnets, networks of computers infected with malware that allowed him to control them remotely. These botnets weren't some sophisticated creation of his own. They were, and still are, readily available tools in the hacker's arsenal. By commandeering these compromised machines, Calci amassed a digital army capable of generating the massive traffic needed to cripple his targets. It was a brute force attack, lacking finesse but brutally effective in its simplicity. The Mafiaboy attack sent shockwaves through the tech industry and beyond. It was a stark reminder of the internet's vulnerability, its susceptibility to attacks that could disrupt services and cause widespread chaos. This wasn't about defacing websites or stealing credit card numbers. This was about denying access to information and services that millions relied upon. Suddenly, the internet didn't seem so secure. The attacks exposed the fragility of online infrastructure and the lack of preparedness in the face of such audacious attacks. Companies, governments, and individuals alike were forced to confront a new reality. The digital world was just as vulnerable as the physical one, if not more so. The attack served as a catalyst for change, forcing a reassessment of cybersecurity practices and a realization that more needed to be done to protect online assets. The incident highlighted the need for robust security protocols, intrusion detection systems, and the importance of educating users about online threats. Section 5. The birth of modern cybercrime law. The Mafiaboy attacks didn't just expose vulnerabilities in technology, they also revealed glaring gaps in the legal system. At the time, there were no specific laws in Canada designed to address cybercrime. The existing legal framework was ill-equipped to handle offences that transcended national borders and involved novel technological methods. Calci's case became a landmark one, prompting Canadian lawmakers to scramble to update legislation and address this new breed of criminal activity. The result was the passage of Bill C6, Canada's first comprehensive cybercrime law. This legislation introduced new offences related to unauthorised computer access, data modification, and the use of malicious software. The Mafiaboy case served as a precedent, not just in Canada, but internationally. It highlighted the need for harmonised laws across borders to effectively combat cybercrime. It underscored the importance of international cooperation in tracking down and prosecuting perpetrators who could strike from anywhere in the world. Section 6. The Perils of Perception. How Mafiaboy Changed the Game. The Mafiaboy incident wasn't just about the technical aspects. It was about perception. It shattered the illusion of anonymity and invulnerability. Suddenly, the digital world felt much more real, much more dangerous. Calci became the poster child for a new breed of criminal, the teenage hacker. The media portrayed him as a mastermind, a digital outlaw. This perception fueled fear and uncertainty. It forced businesses to confront the threat of cyber attacks. It highlighted the importance of vigilance and understanding risks. The digital Wild West was being tamed, albeit slowly and painfully. Section 7. The evolution of DDoS attacks. The Mafiaboy attacks were a watershed moment, but they were by no means the end of the story. In the years since, DDoS attacks have become more sophisticated, more prevalent, and more potent. What was once a tool primarily used by individual hackers or small groups has become a weapon wielded by organized crime, hacktivists, and even nation-states. The techniques used to launch these attacks have evolved as well. Modern DDoS attacks often leverage botnets composed of thousands, even millions of compromised devices, amplifying their attack power exponentially. The rise of the Internet of Things, with its proliferation of connected devices, has only exacerbated the problem, providing attackers with a vast pool of potential bots. Today, DDoS attacks are used for a variety of purposes, from extortion and corporate espionage to political censorship and cyber warfare. They are a constant threat, a reminder of the ongoing battle being waged in the digital realm. Section 8. The Price of Notoriety. For Kelsey, the price of notoriety was steep. Arrested at the age of 15, he faced multiple charges and spent 8 months in a youth detention center. He was banned from using the internet, a significant punishment for someone so immersed in the digital world. The Mafiaboy persona, once a source of pride and recognition, had become a burden. In the aftermath of his arrest, Kelsey expressed remorse for his actions, acknowledging the harm he had caused. He spoke about the importance of using his experience to educate others about the dangers of cybercrime and the importance of ethical hacking. Kelsey's story is a cautionary tale, a reminder that even the most skilled hackers are not above the law. It highlights the serious consequences of cybercrime and the importance of using one's skills for good. Section 9. Lessons learned, a legacy of awareness. The Mafiaboy attacks, while disruptive and costly, ultimately served as a wake-up call for the world. They forced us to acknowledge the vulnerabilities of our digital infrastructure and the importance of robust cybersecurity measures. They prompted the development of new laws, technologies, and strategies to combat cybercrime. The attacks also highlighted the need for education and awareness. If anything good came from Kelsey's actions, it was the realization that cybersecurity was not just the domain of tech experts, it was everyone's responsibility. The incident sparked conversations about online safety, responsible internet use, and the importance of protecting personal information. In many ways, the Mafiaboy attacks were a turning point. They marked the end of innocence in the digital age. The realization that the internet, for all its wonders, was not a safe space. But they also marked the beginning of a new era, one in which cybersecurity became a top priority, and the fight against cybercrime became a global effort. Section 10. The unending battle cybersecurity in a post-Mafiaboy world. The digital landscape has changed dramatically since Mafiaboy's reign of disruption. The internet has become an even more integral part of our lives, connecting us in ways we never could have imagined. But with this increased connectivity comes increased vulnerability. Cyber attacks have become more sophisticated, more frequent, and more damaging. Cyber criminals are constantly evolving their tactics, seeking new ways to exploit vulnerabilities and profit from their nefarious activities. Ransomware attacks, data breaches, and state-sponsored cyber espionage are now commonplace, posing significant threats to individuals, businesses, and national security. The fight against cybercrime has become a constant arms race, a battle to stay one step ahead of the bad guys. It requires a multifaceted approach involving technological innovation, legal frameworks, international cooperation, and most importantly, user education. Section 11. Beyond Mafiaboy, the future of cyber threats. As technology continues to advance at an unprecedented pace, the threat landscape will only become more complex. Artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and the Internet of Things present both opportunities and challenges in the realm of cybersecurity. AI-powered security tools can help us identify and respond to threats more effectively, but they can also be used by attackers to develop more sophisticated attacks. Quantum computing has the potential to break existing encryption algorithms, rendering our data vulnerable. and the proliferation of IoT devices creates a vast attack surface for cybercriminals to exploit. The future of cybersecurity will require a collective effort. Governments, businesses, and individuals must work together to develop and implement comprehensive cybersecurity strategies. We need to foster a culture of cybersecurity awareness where everyone understands the risks and takes responsibility for protecting themselves and their data. The legacy of Mafiaboy, then, is not just about the attacks themselves, but about the lessons learned and the ongoing need for vigilance in the digital age.